So, it has been a while since I have done an account overview, which, to be fair, it's pretty different from my normal content, and it's not exactly the most popular, but it's important that at some point I'm gonna keep doing these until somebody is proud of what I have on this account. It's gonna keep happening. So today, we are going to be doing my HSR account overview now that it is the year 2025. It's been a while, lots of characters have come out, we've made it to 3.0. At the time of this recording, 3.1 isn't out yet. At the time it comes out, 3.1 will probably be out, but hey, that's life! So this one shouldn't be too long. Not as long as the other ones, I feel like, but we'll see. So I'm going to take you guys through my characters, some of the builds that I like. I want to talk about just my overall progression in the game. And yeah, so let's get into it. So as you can see, both my icon is Fugue, the character I'm playing as is Fugue, and my status is about Fugue. So, I like Fugue, guys. I will say, Fugue's build that I have is probably one of my favorites that I have done currently. It's not incredible, but I like the fact that I have her signature light cone, The Long Road Leads Home, and then I actually feel pretty decent about a lot of the relics. Not to mention, her traces are actually maxed out for once. I don't do that very often. So let's go over here and take a look real quick. So, we're working with 209 break effect, 70% effect hit rate. I actually thought my effect hit rate was lower. I'm surprised by that. I did not know it was at that. The energy regen is sitting at 100 because I chose to go for a break effect rope. Of course, you can also go for an energy regen rope because her ultimate is stupid. I really like her ultimate. It's just really nice to get a lot of damage spread out and to help break, especially if you're running somebody like Lingsha, or it's like you're getting somebody like Rappa who loves to break the enemy specifically. So we have 4,000 HP, 1,500 attack, 1,700 defense, and 162 speed, which I'm very happy that I got. Luckily, she does have speed traces that... How many speed traces is that? 5. So we got 14 additional speed here, so functionally 116 is her starting speed, so not bad. So then I have Forge of the Calpagni Lantern, which obviously increases speed by 6. And then as for the relics, we are working with 4 speed here, 8 effect hit rate, 11 break effect, 4 speed, 7 effect hit rate, and then, I'm not gonna lie, I purposely kept this piece because it has 15% defense on it, and I'm tired of my supports just getting terminated. A little extra defense is never gonna hurt. Then we got effect hit race body piece, 16% break effect. This could be a lot better, genuinely, but I kind of just was too lazy to fix it, and I kind of like how it came out at the time because a little bit tankier, which I wanted for her, so I was fine with it. And then speed with even more defense on it and effect hit rate again. I probably could, for this piece specifically, I probably could sacrifice this and try and get some more break effect. I could give up at least one of these defense pieces, but again, my Fugue is never really in any danger, and in battle she has like 240 break effect on 162 speed, so I'm really not that bothered. Over here, for our orb, we have 3.4 effect hit rate and then 17% break effect. At least I got more break effect, so that was what I was concerned about. And this rope is purely here for speed. Only reason I use this goddamn orb. Or this goddamn rope. That's all. That's the only reason this rope is being used. So, it's not a perfect build, mind you, but it accomplishes everything I need it to, and having the light cone gives a lot of leeway, luckily. Overall, I'm very content with how Fugue came out, which I'm very happy about considering she is my favorite character, so it's always a nice feeling. So, we're gonna skip around a little bit. Ron May really hasn't changed much. This is still a work in progress. I will show it just so I have it shown. I don't think there's a massive difference between my Firefly. Actually, did I show my Firefly last time? Surely I did. Either way, she is a little different now from what I remember. So, first of all, I'm using this dog shit like I actually don't mind this one. I don't think it's awful. because, you know, a flat break effect increase is helpful. Obviously, Fall of the Aeon, if you have S5, is better. That's sitting on Jingliu, and I might actually move that at some point to somebody else. I can't move it to Firefly, but this is fine. And then I actually think I can actually superimpose this higher, I want to say? Oh, I could get to S5 right now, actually. I'm not going to lie, this trace has never been the difference between winning or losing a battle. And this one definitely has never been the difference between winning or losing a battle. So, not too concerned about that. So we're sitting at 2,800 attack, or 2,600 attack, 2,800 HP, 1,400 defense. I don't know how that one is so high, honestly. I feel like I did something wrong. 152 speed, which is about where I wanted her. And then when we go into break effect, we are sitting at 237.8% break effect. And considering I usually run her with Ron May or Harmony Trailblazer, that goes even higher in battle. And then plus all the bonus she gets from her higher attack, it works out. So, another build that I am pretty proud of. I really like how this one comes out, and it does work pretty well. So, not much to complain about there. If anybody would like to see relic specifics, there you go. Pause where you need to if you are curious at all. I do like this 9 speed orb. That's kind of funny. I don't know how that one ended up happening, but I am appreciative of it nonetheless. So, this is the most recent character I've gotten that's fully built. Well, fully built. This build is not good. This one is not one of the ones I'm proud of, guys. So, we have a Lingsha who I wanted for either follow-up teams or, as you can see, I wanted to use her in break teams, and I've been using her as a sub DPS as well. Or a main DPS, and it's fucking cursed. Why does it work? I hate that it works. It should not work. Let's take a look real quick. So we're working with a What is Real light cone. I want to still update this, but as you can see by the 2 Remembrance characters coming up, I've been a bit busy trying to get other materials. So we're working to get this one up a little bit more. On the bright side, Superimposition 5, so lots of bonus break effect there. Traces, all relatively good. I just didn't upgrade basic attack because why would I care? Going back to the details here, we're working with 3,300 HP, 2,300 attack, about 1,000 defense, 135 speed, and break effect is 173. It used to be lower. And then energy regeneration rate is at 119. That energy regen rope has been decimating enemies when I put Fugue skill on her to break any enemy weakness. It's horrifying. So, we're going to take a quick look at the relics here. Once again, pause if you would like to see any specifics. Some of them are... Most of these relics, I will fully admit, are not great. I don't know, it's hard to phrase it. I like them, but they kind of need to be better. Like, this one specifically, this is just not that good. Only attack percent is really helping me here, and the rest of this is kind of worthless. Then, outgoing healing boost, only 11% break effect. The 7.7 effect res is nice, but crit rate, not really that helpful, so this one's also just kind of meh. Arm piece, I actually don't mind this. 18% break effect, 7% attack. Not bad. And then this one has speed. I actually had a piece with more speed. Oh, wait, this is the other piece right here. Yeah, 18% break effect, 8% attack. So I ended up with less break effect, but more attack. But I also got speed. It was kind of hard debating what I wanted to do about this, but I ultimately chose to go for the bonus speed just so I could get to that 135 mark, which I want her to be faster, but I'm just struggling with the pieces. Not the absolute best build, but it does its job incredibly well, so there's nothing much to complain about. Moving on to a character that is definitely not in any of the other videos, we have Himeko. So, as you can see here, by this light cone, I have After the Charmony Fall. You know what that means. I built Himeko as a super break DPS. Looking at the stats here, we got 3,400 HP, 3,100 attack, normal amount of defense, 126 speed. I didn't really have a way to make it much better, luckily. After the Charmony Falls, it does increase speed, so by 14%, it works. Plus, I run her with Ron May usually, so it gets her to that number that she needs to be at to get more attack, so I'm content with it. My Himeko is sitting at 210% break effect. I don't know how good or bad that is. I will say, it works pretty well, and I've enjoyed it quite a bit. And especially in Pure Fiction, it has been very funny to just watch the enemies constantly just respawn, die, respawn, die, respawn, die. It is very funny. I am mainly just happy I finally get to use Himeko, because this is my second favorite character in the game. I absolutely love Himeko. Never really had a chance to use her. And while I wouldn't say she's really built to be a break DPS, she works so well in the role, and I knew that. People always told me that, and I saw that. But I never believed it for myself. But when Fugue came out, I decided, okay, well, I have Fugue. Let me do this to finally see how it works. One of my favorite things I've done, running her with Fugue, has been so much fun. I absolutely love it. So just to say the least, this was a very good use of my time and investment. I absolutely love getting to use Himeko. I will say, I wish I had more after the Charmony Fall just to get to S5, but I have been super unlucky with my light cone drops, admittedly, so you kind of just have to live with it, I guess. Moving on a bit more, let's talk about probably one of my next favorite builds. And I think statistically, it is my second or third highest on, like, relic scorer websites. It is my Feixiao. So, as many of you regular viewers know, I absolutely love Feixiao. Incredible character. Look at her. She's perfect. So, taking a look here, 3200 attack, 1100 defense, 139 speed, 78 crit rate, and 173 crit damage, and that is mostly tied to the light cone. So, this light cone isn't amazing, and I'm very well aware of that. It has served its purpose well. We'll go with that. It has served its purpose well for the most part. I also run her with Hunt March, so it actually gets her even higher into the crit damage. It works. As for traces, I really should have this one leveled up, but I hate grinding for traces, man. It sucks. Everything else looks about normal. I do use attack instead of wind damage boost because I quite literally just had not a single good wind damage boost orb. It wasn't even funny. Yeah, I even got rid of it because it was just bad. It just sucked. I will say, I absolutely love this orb. 2 speed, 3% crit rate, 24% crit damage. Super nice. One of my favorite relics I've rolled. 22% crit damage and 6% crit rate on the attack or attack rope as well, so pretty good, pretty good. This was one of the old ropes. Yeah, I got rid of this very quickly. As for the other relics, if you would like to see, clicking through right now. But yeah, Feixiao has been one of my absolute favorite characters, and also I just love her team overall, her with Hunt March and Robin, and then I run them with Fushuan and sometimes Lingsha. Either way, it's been super, super, super fun. I absolutely love how the team works. And Feixiao, one of the most fun characters in the game. And I would like to say, characters that don't have their ult charge normally, like Acheron as well. Notice how I've said that these two are some of the most fun characters in the game. It just creates such a unique playstyle, and I don't know why that the ult not being normally charged happens to coincide with the character just being super fun, but it works out phenomenally, because I love both these characters so much. So we're going to keep moving on here. I'm not sure if I've shown off my Robin build. It's honestly a very stock standard Robin build. The one problem is my speed should be higher. I should be closer to 125 or higher speed, and I'm not, because I kind of just prioritize too much of these relics into attack. We can take a quick look here, but got 4 speed on that. That's just more attack and effect res. 9 speed on that one, at least. It wasn't attack boots. This orb sucks. And then energy regen rate, of course, with attack on it. Also, I'm going to be honest. I know some of you are probably questioning why I have Glum off. I did not have a single other energy regen rope available besides one that linked to Glum off. I had to make a business decision. It still increases the wearer's attack at least, so good enough. Like, it accomplished its purpose, so I didn't mind it too much. Going back to the overall stats here, 3,400 HP, 4,400 attack, 1000 defense, crit damage, crit rate doesn't really matter, and then energy regen is at 119. And then, of course, we have For Tomorrow's Journey. Increase the wearer's attack by 32, and after the wearer uses their ultimate, increases their damage dealt by 30%. It is a cone that is specifically designed to be a replacement for her ideal cone. It's obviously not anywhere near as good, and there are still other options that work super well. However, this was also given out for completely free, and it does its job super well, so I certainly am not complaining. This is a very functionally good cone. Not many more characters to talk about here, actually, at least compared to last time. A lot of the characters are just not super far along, or I have actively stolen pieces moving around a lot, so... We've talked about my Kafka Black Swan, nothing's changed with them. We can show off the in-progress builds. So right now, I'm working on the Remembrance team. So we have Remembrance Trailblazer here. His traces are still a big work in progress. As of when I'm recording this, the Garden of Plenty event is going on right now, so thank God for that. I will hopefully be fixing this in Aglaea's very soon. As for what we're looking at, Light Cone, Victory in a Blink, still gotta upgrade it, but S5 really helps out. And of course, this is like one of the only options in the game right now, so what are you gonna do? Going back to the stats here, we got 3100 HP, 1600 attack, about 1300 defense, 156 speed. This will be fixed very, very soon. I need one more good relic, and it'll finally be fixed. Because this little speed thing right here is the main reason I haven't used him yet, and I'm very annoyed. I want him as fast as possible. And then lastly, we have 207% crit damage. You want to prioritize speed on Remembrance Trailblazer, that's what everyone has told me. I get it. However, any crit damage share is a good crit damage share. I am taking full advantage of what Mem gives, because I don't care about Mem's attack. Why does his attack need to be high? Who cares? I just want a fast Trailblazer who's going to give me a lot of buffs, and I feel like right now we're very close to accomplishing that. If I can get that 4 extra speed without sacrificing the 200% crit damage, I will be happy. Taking a look at the relics here, this is what we're working with. We have Lushaka equipped because I've just felt like it would be helpful. Energy regen rope with only 4 speed on it. And then 2-piece. Nothing really special here, but again, it is very close to what I want. Ideally, more speed, gotta keep the crit damage, and then maybe if I can get more attack. It's not really a priority for me. These two stats are the more important ones, the speed and the crit damage, but, you know, it's never gonna hurt for Mem to be able to deal out a bit more damage, or the Trailblazer to deal out a bit more damage. So, now we move on to Aglaea. This one... Guys, I'm being so for real. This might be one of the hardest characters I've ever had to build. This sucks. So right now, Aglaea, what we have in progress here is 3500 HP, 2700 attack, 1000 defense, 150 speed, 76% crit rate, and only 66% crit damage. So, obviously, we have the Light Cone here. Not fully upgraded, but will be soon. I am really happy that I got this. I got this on the 75-25, and it only took me like 30 pulls from when I started, so really great. Very happy about that. However, keep in mind, you all see my account. I do not have Wopo or Sunday, so I made it a point that I really wanted E1 Aglaea to fix a bit of the energy issue. I have E1 Aglaea. Was it worth it? Dear God, no. But I did it. On the bright side, also to rectify the crit damage issue, with the Wondrous Banana Amusement Park, I hate that so much. When a target is summoned by the wearer is on the field, crit damage will increase another 32%, so that'll help Aglaea a lot whenever she summons Garment Maker. Then, of course, Hero of Triumphant Song. When the wearer's Memo Sprite attacks, increases the wearer and Memo Sprite's crit damage by 30. So right now, we're getting another 62 in the actual battle. And that also goes along with the so 9 times 6, so that's also 54% additional crit damage from the Light Cone. So we're getting about, what is that? About 110 to 120 additional crit damage. It's somewhere in that ballpark, so honestly, I'm not too concerned about the low crit damage. I obviously need it to be a lot higher, though. I would like it to be far higher. Luckily, I'm running her with Remembrance MC, so that will also help. There's ways to increase this, but I would like it higher, and also I do need the crit rate higher. The problem is, also building that much speed on her has been super difficult. We'll touch on that in a second. Here are the traces. Nothing too of note here, still working my way through. I have saved most of the useless ones till the end here, as you can see. Bottom priority, bottom priority, bottom priority. So, it be like that. Looking at the relics here, we'll go through real quick. This one, angers me. This one, angers me. This one, I actually kind of like. It's really not that bad. I vibe with this one. This one, it angered me while I was rolling it. I'm really mad about this. I actually tried to re-roll it, and it did not work. And then the orb and the rope here. Crit rate, 9%, not bad. And then I got an energy regen rope to hopefully really rectify the fact that I don't have Wolf or Sunday. I might be running her with Ting Yun as well, so that hopefully will help out a little bit, but we'll see. I would have liked if it got more crit rate instead of 3 rolls into HP. What are you gonna do, I guess? So right now, Aglaea is very much in a temporary build state. It's getting to the point where it's almost usable, and then I will hopefully keep improving on it over time, but it's still not quite there yet. Work in progress, but I really like the character. I'm really excited to have her. So we're really trying to speed our way through this one. With Aglaea out of the way, honestly, that should be most of the characters done. Going through real quick, I don't think there's any other characters that I really need to show off from the last time I played. I've gone through most of my new additions. Oh, here's something fun. I have E1 Branya now. That sucked. I also have E1 Clara. That sucked. And let's keep going. I have E1 Welt, still sitting at E2 Bailu, E1 Yanqing, and E2 Jabard. Pain! I also have 2 of the battle isn't over light cones. just to show you guys. Where's the other one? There it is. I don't know how this happened, but it's really funny. So now we're back at the top here. That was most of what I wanted to talk about with all my characters. Nothing huge has changed. I've gotten some new ones, and there have been some build fixes. I feel like my builds have gotten substantially better from the last, or not from the last, but the original video I posted. I really feel like I've done better. Only the comments will be able to tell me, but I feel like I've done better here, guys. Please, I'm doing my best. So now we're gonna move on to just kind of looking through a few other things. So, coming down here to Pure Fiction and all that. Yeah, I'm still struggling with these endgame mode, guys. I'm gonna be honest. So, in the most recent Pure Fiction, I'm sitting at 10 out of 12 stars. That one kind of gave me some trouble because I like break so much, and I don't really have good AoE teams. So, was a bit of a struggle to get through. We're sitting at Apocalyptic Shadow. I believe I was close on this. I can't remember off the top of my head. Here we go. So 3,000 in the first half, and then 3,200 in the second half. I believe the cutoff score is 6,600. So that kind of sucks for me. Going back to this, we're going to talk about Memory of Chaos. Yeah, this one just kind of beat my ass. There's no other way to put it. I really struggled. I believe the highest amount of turns I had left was 14. I hate the bug. Y'all see this fucker down here? Y'all see this dude? Swarm True Sting? You know how to beat him? Hit me up. He makes me want to kill my... I can't with him. The True Sting Swarm is probably my least favorite enemy in this game, alongside the goddamn deer, although I haven't had to fight the deer much, luckily, so I'm happy about that at least. Yeah, I just really hate him. So, also, for those of you who are screaming asking why I did Firefly and Himeko, I knew I wasn't beating it, so I wanted to be silly goofy and see what would happen. I got the same result. So that really says a lot, doesn't it? It's about my skill level of this game. With all that knocked out, now we can kind of just talk about journal stuff. I finished Amphorius. I can kind of show that right now, actually. And shocker, here I am. But yeah, so I have finished out the new Amphorius story. I'm really looking forward to 3.1 because this is a very strong start to the story. They have really hit it out of the park right now, so I'm really excited to see how that progresses. I might also be considering a video talking about like fan theories and asking people for opinions on that, so kind of stay tuned for that. That'll be something fun I want to get into a little bit, but I have also overall finished all the other continuances, 2.6 and 2.7. 2.6 was probably the worst thing I've ever played in this game, I have to be honest. And I feel very bad for Rappa specifically. Rappa is a character with genuinely a very, very sad story with a lot of deep underlying trauma. And it's a very interesting way that they fleshed out the character. The problem is, Rappa's story was associated with this bullshit banana quest. And by the time it got to the point where I was truly kind of interested in Rappa's story, they just kept talking about bananas, and I just couldn't do it anymore. Because keep in mind, I had to break up my play session over multiple sessions. It was about 4 hours, 3-4 hours until the story started to get meaningful in any way. And every other waking moment was filled with banana. I can't do it, man. I'm sorry. I just couldn't do it. I apologize to all the Rappa fans. She is actually a fairly decent character, but she was just buried in such a bad quest, in my opinion, that she just takes a lot of hits on that. And lastly, because I know so many people are probably still thinking about that Sunday video I made, I did complete the 2.7 continuance. My opinions on Sunday have improved a decent bit, especially while he has been a bit more helpful in Amphorius. Well, not in Amphorius, but he has been a bit more helpful in general. I would like to clarify, I no longer hate Sunday, but I do not like him. He is simply a character. That is how I feel currently. I will update you all at a later point again if the feelings change further, so you all can make fun of me, but that's how we're at. That's where we're at right now. He is a character. I don't particularly hate him anymore, but man, he feels very different from how he was in the initial Penacony story, and I kind of like it a bit more, because it feels like he is finally more reasonable. He's also he's also atoning for his actions in a particular way that I kind of resonate with. I've talked about it before, but for any of you who know Takuto Maruki from Persona 5 Royal, the vibes they're not even super there, but something about it just speaks to me in the same way that game did. Because Takuto Maruki in that game was also an antagonist. Not a villain. An antagonist. Which is what Sunday was. Because Sunday had a good intention. He chose a bad way to go about it. But it was because he cared and he wanted to kind of do this good for the world. And he had to do it his way. Characters who have that, who are antagonists rather than villains, they can still be very hit or miss. And the reason I liked Takuto Maruki more than I liked Sunday was mainly because Takuto Maruki in Persona 5 Royal builds a very strong relationship with you, the player, and your character. Like, and your character overall. He really does his best. And his intentions are much the same. But I think it's the fact that he kind of built up that trust, and his motives were explained a lot better and with a lot less direct conflict to the character and the world to start with. Because the moment Sunday decides to start going for us, he really starts going for us. Whereas in Persona 5 there was a build-up. It's all very specific, and obviously if you don't really know Persona, then this doesn't really help you, but Phenomenal game, by the way. But the stories are very similar. And again, it's that fact of being an antagonist without being a villain, which really interests me. It's a lot to kind of take in, but all in all, Sunday has improved a little bit in my mind. I wanted to share that with you all. And that about wraps up the account overview. Obviously, if I did, please feel free to hold on, let me zoom in the camera here. So, I'm not sure I missed anything. I might have. If you have anything that you want to know about or have questions about, please feel free to ask and I'll try and answer. That's the least I can do for this video, but I feel like the builds are getting a bit better, guys. I still haven't played many quests, but hey, I keep up with events at least. And this is the most I've been caught up on the story in a while. So, you know, we're getting up there. We're really trying our best, guys. And I'm vibing with it, you know? I'm proud of myself. Most of you probably aren't, but hey, fuck do I owe you. Alright, that's going to be the end of the video for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This is always just kind of a fun thing to do every once in a while when I need a bit of a filler video, because this is something that I like to do. It's always funny seeing the comments, seeing what people have to share, and mostly getting to take a trip down memory lane with everything I've done in the game, because I'm never thinking about it. It was a good time. I really hope you guys are looking forward to the next video. We got a lot of good stuff coming out, so subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.